Hello, beautiful soul family. It's Breanne here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Readings with Breanne. I am excited to do a tarot dive for you guys when it comes to, let's say, disclosure of extraterrestrial or UFOs, the UAPs. If you guys follow, that topic, there was just yesterday a UAP hearing, and it looks like it surpassed like the 2-hour mark. And they really went into the topics of UFOs. They went through a round of testimonials. And there's really been legislators that have spent, the past years pushing more transparency when it comes to, let's say, these classified records. But I don't know if you guys, I haven't had a chance to watch the whole 2-hour video, so you guys will have to let me know what you guys think. Was this more just fluff and surface level stuff, or are we able to start getting into actual evidence to, prove there are other extraterrestrials, either living amongst us and in the cosmos here? Now, one bullet point that I read was Alessandro. He's a former military official, and he made it very clear that we are not alone in the cosmos. Now, even though it looks like more startling claims have been made when it comes to UFOs, there still is a bit of a lack of evidence that is really being put forward here. And I did also read that the military intelligence and the communities there have really been dragging their feet in regards to releasing what they truly know. So I wanted to dive into the tarot and look at this. And I know for some of you guys that have watched yesterday, Dronus and Brad, we were on live, and there was that one question about first contact with like the inner earth civilization, and just extraterrestrial contact, and how close is that truly? I mean, I will say I have got quite a bit of good energy in the tarot to support. There's going to be more and more disclosure and more connections and contact with extraterrestrials, especially in the month of October. I was getting that so much out of the tarot and from messages that were coming in. But how close are we truly to, let's say, first contact or open contact? I wanted to pull the tarot and see what we can get from there. And I'm excited to dive into it. So I wanted to start off with looking at the collective and where we are at when it comes to extraterrestrial, and let's say disclosure as well. 2025 is a big year of wisdom, and especially for it being the year of the snake, it's a lot of stuff coming out. It's the snake shedding its skin, my friends. So 2025 shall be an interesting year. But will we have, are we looking at open contact over the next couple of years, or is this still going to be decades, until we see that? I'm not entirely sure. So I wanted to see what the tarot is going to say and see if we can dive into a little bit more info when it comes to extraterrestrials and disclosure. Again, if you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you are not a part of this journey of tarot, I'm always open to hearing your guys' feedback and other tarot topics you guys want me to look into. And on a side note, if you guys are interested in any personal sessions, go to readingswithbreanne.com. That being said, let's dive into the tarot and see what messages are coming out. So before I kind of dive into the tarot, I did want to spend a quick moment to kind of look into the crystal ball to see if I can get any additional messages coming out when it comes to disclosure or extraterrestrials. And the first thing that I am really seeing strongly again, and I know I'm pretty sure I've talked about this in other videos, but there is something about a civilization being underneath the water, because I almost see kind of a, I don't know if it's a ship or an actual extraterrestrial, but like coming out of the water. And I feel like there is going to be some exposure about this. Maybe, okay, because I do see Trump in the crystal ball as well. So I think now that Trump is kind of stepping forward as well, there's going to be, we all know he doesn't have much of a filter. So he's very much going to say what's on his mind, and he's going to expose a lot of things. So I do think there is going to be more and more, let's say, disclosure that is going to be put out there. Now, I think one of the comments that I heard when I was watching one of the clips about the UAP hearing as well was there was actually lots, you guys know how we get all the footage where it's like, oh, is that a ship in the sky, and it's all this disordered and you can't see it, it's fuzzy, it's blurry. And there is a lot of footage that, is being hidden that is extremely clear, extremely easy to see, and it's being suppressed. And I do see some of these images actually coming out, but I do see a bit in the crystal ball. I'm curious to see what the tarot will say, but I do see a bit of a fear of certain of humanity when it comes to, okay, how do I word this? I do think there are more and more people collectively waking up, and they're very much aware to the fact that there's more than just us. But there still are a lot of people that are, I guess you can say, asleep here. And it kind of blows my mind. I mean, this is maybe my personal opinion, but it kind of blows my mind that there are some people out there that don't believe in aliens, or they don't believe in extraterrestrial or other beings from, the universe or other galaxies, let's say, or the cosmos, right? They think that it's just us, and it just blows my mind. But I guess that's just my personal opinion. But that's kind of what I'm kind of relaying to as well. Is it is interesting. I don't know if the collective is ready for that open contact, because there would be, it just would be chaos right now. There will be a point where this does happen. I do strongly get this will happen, but I'm gonna see if we can find out in the tarot how far away this is. Now, I do keep seeing, I don't know if these are certain spaceships in the ball, or if they almost look like eyes. Some of them look like eyes, and I feel like, again, this is more sightings, more things, and it's like trying to get our attention, like, yes, we are here. So be curious to see if there's some more stuff that comes out about some kind of maybe an extraterrestrial or some kind of a civilization, we can say, underneath the water over 20. I feel like this is kind of some kind of disclosure that will come out in 2025, and just more and more documents and stuff that is put out there saying, like, okay, this is what is being suppressed over the years. I do keep seeing, those, it's almost like a V-line ship, and it's made of completely, like, different material, something that we're not very familiar with. And I feel like this is going to play a hand in certain technologies that are developed as well. This could be, I know a lot of you guys are interested in med beds and that kind of technology, and I don't really want to focus too much on that. But when I'm seeing this ship, I'm also seeing a lot that comes from it in terms of actual technology. Like, we can use certain materials that we may not be aware of yet, or we are aware of it, but they're being hidden and suppressed, because, again, the big pharmaceutical companies want everyone to be not doing well, right? They want to just push pills and make money that way and make us sick. And I see something to do, I don't know why, but the ship that I'm seeing, it's like a V shape. It's very much made of some kind of a material that is going to help with certain, I want to say acceleration, but certain healings in the body. Interesting. I'm almost seeing a lot to do with the Venus. Actually, that is really weird. Venus, like, I'm seeing Venus, and you look at the Empress, this is to do with Venus, like Venusian energy. So I without a doubt don't think there's going to be, I think there's still going to be more and more, I don't want to say like open contact yet. We'll see what the tarot says, but more and more connections or knowledge coming out about what's, walking amongst us. So with that being said, I'm going to dive into the tarot, and let's ask some questions and see what messages are coming out today. All right, so let's dive into the tarot. I'm for the first question, I'm really curious to hear or to see what is the energy of the collective. Like, are we ready to hear and be exposed to certain knowledge about extraterrestrials? Like, how will humanity react? Are we actually ready to hear? I feel like many of us have been waiting. We're like waiting for this. Come on, is it going to come out yet? Um, Interesting. Okay, are we ready to hear exposure when it comes to extraterrestrials? Is the collective ready to hear this? Okay, look at that. The offering, and we have the shadow as well. There's definitely been knowledge that has been suppressed and kept for a very long time. A lot of it too is fear-based and needing the power. I mean, I have a couple times I remember going back and talking about a potential like an alien invasion, but a staged one. And back in the day, I didn't see it happening, and then I did see something happening with New York. Now, I don't know if that was an actual alien invasion or like a staged one, but you know what was interesting? Maybe like a week ago, I actually seen New York and this big ship coming down. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it turned out to be, I think, some kind of hologram or holographic thing that they've got going on. So it wasn't a real staged event, but it was kind of interesting to see. So anyway, I just wanted to do a follow-up with the cards as well and look at where the humanity is or where the collective is at when it comes to extraterrestrials, and are we ready for this? So let's see, what is the momentum? Let's just say, I'm curious, is the collective ready to hear about this alien disclosure? Are we ready for these secrets to be exposed? Yes, we are, my friends. Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse. Look at all this being held back from us, and we're ready. It definitely feels, look at that, Eight of Wands on the back. Okay, so I feel like in 2025, there is going to be quite a bit of stuff coming out. I don't see this, we'll ask because I am curious about open contact open contact, but I don't see that coming yet, but I'm still going to ask the tarot just because I am curious. But in terms of the question, are we ready? We have the Ace of Wands. There are a lot of us yes, a lot of us really do want the truth. We want to hear what's going on behind the scenes. Now, okay, so for some of us, we're definitely, like I said, yes, we're like waiting for it. We are praying over here for this knowledge to be offered and open, uncensored. I do see that's where we're going, but you know what, you guys, there are still a lot of people that they're being scared. There is a fear of the unknown here. So Seven of Wands in reverse is a little bit of this is a scandal as well. It's a scandal and energy that is coming to the surface here, and for many people, especially with that Queen of Swords in reverse here, there's going to be some traumas and some scatterbrained energies amongst the people if they are to be presented with this kind of energy, or I guess I should say presented with this kind of evidence, because I do see there being certain documents and evidence, maybe pictures coming out here. I really see, you guys, there's a lot of like overreacting energy here. And again, fear of being in the unknown here. So I do think that some people may not take some of this information very well. It's almost like the sense of, oh my gosh, the world is coming to an end because they have been so programmed and so programmed over the years here. Now, I do like that we do have the Six of Swords in the outcome here. So it is showing that this energy really it's like the calm after a storm here. So it does feel like there is a majority of the collective that is open and willing to hear this information. And I think there's been like so much fear put into like, oh my goodness, the aliens are gonna come and take over the world. And there's that fear of the unknown, but it's such just BS and crap here. It's all about them trying to instill, certain elites trying to instill fear on the, you know, population so they can be in control. Not to say there isn't, you know, good and bad. There's certain energies, there's certain extraterrestrials that are more malicious and some that are more benevolent. So it's really about using your discernment here. But I do feel like in terms of the question, is the collective ready to hear about this exposure? I feel like regardless whether you're ready or not, they're here. They're already walking amongst us. There's already extraterrestrials around us, you know, in the oceans, in the cosmos. They're already here, whether you know, are open to it or not. But there is going to be, I feel like, a bit of a fear for some of the people when there's certain message or documents that are released here, because I feel like very much there's very clear, and as some of the testimonials went on that hearing as well, there has apparently been hundreds and hundreds of, let's say, images, or I don't know if they said photos or videos, but let's say photos that are very much clear to support that there is evidence, like actual evidence. So I guess my next question then, like, yes, I do see that coming out, but let's confirm that. Will significant evidence about extraterrestrials be released over the next year? That's my question. Will significant evidence be released over the next year? I feel like yes, it will be. Yeah, look at that. The Sun and the Justice. Will significant evidence be released to the public regarding the existence of extraterrestrials? Let's see. Not King of Wands, the Fool, Eight of Swords, information that's been held back, Ace of Wands. It's going to be released soon. Seven of Wands in reverse. There's that Empress energy, Knight of Wands. Wow. And again, some people are not going to take it well. But absolutely, it looks like there will be evidence to come forward to show that there is existence of extraterrestrials with this knowledge. I'm actually getting this is the energy of like sharing our territory with other species here. So I got a big yes. It looks like this is something is very much may potentially even come out sooner than later. But I would say over the next year, yes, we're going to hear more and more disclosure, more and more exposure about extraterrestrials. So that looks like a really strong energy, and I feel like could be Mr. Trump here that is putting forward a lot of documents as well, or being a part of certain programs that are, you know, really advocating for more transparency of what's going on. But it looks really positive overall. Again, I mean, some people are, this is like a weakness, right? This is a weakness, and it's kind of a worn down energy. So it'll be interesting to see how the collective reacts to certain documents that are released, but it will be definitely the opening with the Fool. The opening of new information coming out here. Will there be actual evidence coming out in the next year in 2025 when it comes to extraterrestrial existence? Will there be actual evidence open to the public, Spirit? The Fool. We have the Fool again. Queen of Cups. Yep, we do. It's gonna affect some people. Yeah, I think some people are gonna have a really hard time with it, which is what it looks like. And the Knight of Swords, which is big changes as well. So it looks like a big yes. This is something that is coming out, but just, you know, yeah, it may be a bit of a heavy load for some people to really understand and grasp, because you know, this is a tough energy, Nine of Swords and Ten of Wands. So this is, you know, being up late at night, anxiety, stressed over the situation, and Ten of Wands. And I think it really opens up a can of worms, because it's like, okay, well, what else is being held from us? Okay, look at this. It's like now you know the truth. Interesting. Huh. Interesting, you guys. But again, with that six of swords that we got on the last one, it's almost like, okay, here's this exposure about extraterrestrials, but then there's a calm after the storm. So things kind of, I don't want to say things settle down right away, but it's like this balancing where things are more out in the open here. But it's definitely going to, you know, fold some belief systems and raise a lot of eyebrows for a lot of people out there that are not very much aware or interested in the whole topic of extraterrestrials. All right, lovely soul family, let's see what we have here. Okay, so I wanted to ask the big question. I mean, it very much seems like, especially when I talked to Brad about this one, that open contact is very much in our future. Some people out there are talking, some, I believe, psychics or mediums, I don't know. Some people talk about how open contact is much sooner than, you know, over the next couple years here. But that's what I'm curious to see what the tarot have to say. Okay, let's see here. What do we have, Spirit, when it comes to open contact with extraterrestrials? How far into the future is it? Is this something we're ready for? So we have the Venom that fell on the Agate. We have the Anima Monday. And we have the Sword energy. So we have a lot here that is to do with, this is devotion, unconditional love, right? And then acceptance, accepting of all. So we got that venom. It's like getting the venom out of here, getting that toxic energy out before we're able to have that contact. Because the sword, this reminds me of my Page of Swords, which is again a delayed energy. So let's see what the tarot has to say when we look at the future of open contact. How far away are we ready? Okay, let's ask, are we ready for open contact? How far away in our future is this? Is the collective ready for open contact with extraterrestrials? Nine of Swords, the Death card in reverse, Six of Wands in reverse, Two of Pentacles, my goodness, look at all these reversals, Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Man, okay, I really wanted this to happen a lot sooner than like decades from now, but it does look like it's pretty rough. I don't think that we are ready for open contact with this energy. I was really curious to see what was going to come out. So if we look at the collective, we are coming up as the Nine of Swords in reverse. So the Nine of Swords in the collective is really nice to see because it shows us where there's some light at the end of the tunnel. It feels like there is a lot of healing, a lot of energy to support that. We are opening up to, let's say, the possibility, okay, especially with potential evidence coming forward. So it's like it has to kind of trickle in, right? Because the Two of Swords is kind of that energy of it breaking us. I don't feel like we are strong enough to withstand that kind of contact at the moment. Two of Pentacles in the present right now is really, it could be a lack of balance here, and that's like, you know, taking more than you can chew. So again, I'm just seeing that pencil breaking. I feel like we're too fragile right now for us to have open contact, even though, you know, yes, there is, you know, on a personal journey, many of us do have that connection with certain guides, certain extraterrestrial beings, and there will be more and more of that. But I'm talking in terms of open contact, you know, a spaceship coming down, you know, opening up, saying, hi, here we are, right? It's that energy. We're not ready for that yet. So this is this is definitely would be a big mess. This would be a big ball of mess if that was to happen, because we have the death in reverse over the situation of that. And this is a resistance to, let's say, that happening. This is resisting the change. So I feel like it kind of has to trickle in right now, and we have to have more exposure to, and evidence, let's say more hard concrete evidence, let's say, that extraterrestrials actually exist to open people up to this. You know, Queen of Pentacles in the outcome of that is not good. This is chaotic. Chaotic. Ten of Swords. It would just down and out, like drop everybody. Like, what if you just had full open contact, you know, right now or in the next year? Really, it really feels like it. Unfortunately, it does feel longer than that. Seven of Cups in reverse again. That's an energy of, I think we're too materialistic here on this earthly plane. We have to become more in touch with the spiritual side. This is reality. This is clarity. This is, you know, certain things that need to come to the surface. So there's a personal transformation the collective needs to take, and we are headed there. I really love that the Nine of Swords is in reverse, because it shows us partaking in some kind of healing and openness to this contact that will happen in the future. But there's more of, look at this, unconditional love. We need the unconditional love, and not to be so divided. I feel like we're still too divided, you know, and as we kind of talked about, I think on that yesterday, it's like when you look at religions, you look at all these things, politics that are separating us. We really need to come together, you know, come together and not deal so much with the materialistic division of separation here. So unfortunately, it does look like we are still a while away. In terms of the question, how close are we for actual open contact? With this question, I believe this is I asked if we are ready for open contact, and this is a big no, absolutely not. So let me pull a couple cards. Is this something, okay, let's see here. How do I want to word this next question? So absolutely do not think we're ready for open contact. Wah, wah, wah. I was really excited to think that we were, but it does not look like it at the least. So what does this look like? Will there be open contact over the next, let's say, 10 years? I know 10 years is still a long time, but are we looking at open contact in the next 10 years, Spirit? A lot can change in 10 years. Open contact in the next 10 years. What does that look like? Kind of a generic big time jump there, but let's just see what. High Priestess, the Hierophant, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Wands. So it looks like, you know, oh, and the Wheel of Fortune on the back. It does look like there will be an attempt at some kind of maybe open contact, maybe trickling in. But look at, yeah, it may be quite, if we look at over the next 10 years, we could be looking at, in the next decade, let's say, we will get there. We'll definitely get there is what it looks like. So I'm still excited. I'm looking forward to that day. And until then, it's just about coming together. There's still so much of us that are at a divide based off our personal opinions and are based off politics and all this stuff. And it's just really important for us to come together and unconditionally love everything around us and know that we are all connected. We are all one here. So the more we can come together and work together on with unconditional love, the faster we're going to be able to connect with our star family here. So interesting. That's what I have for you guys. I mean, if you guys have more comments and questions, I probably would totally be open to doing another video on this. maybe we'll look at like some under earth civilizations or something along the lines of that. But I was really curious to see what was the energies coming out of disclosure or exposure and moving forward with potential open contact, but it does look like that's still quite a while away from now. So till next time, lovely friends, bye for now.